But we know that that is completely nonsense. Hundreds of millions of people, the poorest people of the world, have been left out poverty. In China, they have less government and more freedom. It is not because they have a huge government. It's because they have a government that gives freedom to people, a government like we used to have here in Canada before Trudeau has been elected.
Well, I think Maxime will be re-looking at what he said there. And this is part of the reason I'm really annoyed by the Bloc. It's always these language laws and this and that. It's always creating this hatred amongst the thing. French and English are equal in Canada.
And I will speak French at all times. If it bothers you, it's not my problem. If you are not pleased that I don't speak English, well, the official language in Quebec is French. And that is why I will always address you in French, Mr. Speaker, and everybody in this place. And I hope that there's no one here who doubts the fact that I have the right to do this. And I don't have to be annoyed because I speak French. Questions and comments.
Alors?
Order.
Alors?
Order.
La députée de Louis Saint-Laurent.
The Honourable Member for Louis Saint-Laurent. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I would like to remind colleagues from the second official opposition party that French and English are treated at the same level. All parliamentarians can speak one language or the other. And if during question period a minister speaks English, which seemed to bother the leader of the Bloc Québécois, that's their right. But here, the languages are equal. French and English are equal. The member spoke earlier about international trade agreements. Does the member agree with the reality of the situation in 2015 when there was an international trade agreement with our government? Yes, the issue of supply management came up. Is that true? I invite the member to confirm or deny if he has evidence to the contrary. The government had $4 billion to deal with potential losses to the sector. A government had never committed so much money to help farmers because, yes, there was the issue of free trade, but at the same time, there was fair and responsible compensation.
Well, here we think that Gerard Deltell is probably the best conservative they have for Quebec. He really gets his point across. He's hard-hitting and he's firm. He was referring to something that happened. And now, if anyone remembers, there was all the farmers were protesting Harper's deal, and they all drove their tractors to Ottawa. And while they were driving there, he whipped up this deal, compensation deal, which the farmers agreed with, and turned around their tractors on the way there. And who was standing there by himself, spouting out stuff? The NDP leader, MacKay. And he looked foolish, and that was probably how he lost the election. It was ridiculous. Harper fixed the error. I don't even know if it was an error, but fixed the problem for the farmers with proper compensation for the new trade deal. And the issue was moot. And on the language, yeah, they're equal. Leave your comments below and have a good day.